Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer's highest good. How is Cancer feeling in this 4th week of May 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Cancer's feeling, first of all, please. The 6 of Pentacles. So you're looking for reciprocity. You just want equal give and take. Okay, so 3 pentacles from you, 3 pentacles from someone else. You know, you can see the scales are balanced here at the bottom. Pentacles are investments of time, money, and energy. 6 is an even number. We just want fairness, reciprocity. Not too much to ask, you'd think. Whoops. The Hermit reversed and the 2 of Pentacles reversed. Something about this says to me, you see, if these were upright, it would be like, I've got the balance right, you know? I'm consciously aware that I need to give time to a relationship, as well as to work, as well as to home, as well as to my hobbies. If you ever met someone who's just obsessed with the gym and they go like, you know, ham on it like twice a day and everything has to revolve around the gym and they have to like never miss a day. They're counting all their calories, like they're constantly looking in the mirror and like picking up the weight. It's too much. It's too much. Okay, so like you'll get someone who just is putting too much time. You can get workaholics, you know, people who have to go for a run, they have to do it, and there's just stuff that like people just have to do, you know, when everything else has to like mold around it or work around it or just wait. And we've all got stuff like that, but this is the juggler. This is, you know, trying to get balance, duality, fairness. Again, it's about balance, reciprocity, duality. But with that Hermit reverse, see, in the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realizes that he must walk this journey alone. The answers lie within him. You know, he's not going to find the light in another place or with another person. He has to look within. The only reason you kind of talk to other people about your relationship because you want them to just listen. Okay, it's not because they've got the answers or, you know, they know what you want or they know what you need. You know what you want, you know what you need, and you know what your part of things was. So you might find that you really want balance, reciprocity. However, maybe there's something you're not kind of realizing about your own actions, your own life balance, like whether it's a work-life balance or, you know, something that this person may have just found difficult, like, you know, and there will be someone that loves you just as you are. However, we all need to work on ourselves a little bit and kind of have some reflection time, and that's what Hermit mode is. It's the Major Arcana for Virgo as well. So you could have Virgo in your chart, but I feel like the message is like reflect on what went down and how it went down, and maybe see if there's anything you could shift or change to like create the right environment for a relationship. I once went out with someone who was, you know, senior leadership in a school. He never had any time for a relationship. He had to stay at home. That was uncared for. he's obsessed with the job, not taking care of his health. He was dropping the ball in like many different directions. He had like 1 hour a week for time with me. And I was like, are you joking? It's actually insulting to think that you think a person's just going to look after themselves and please themselves, and nothing can be cared for like that. Not an animal, not a plant. Things don't just do themselves. They involve responsibility, being taken care of. You don't want to ever reflect to someone that they don't matter. That's child abuse if that's a child. It's neglect in a relationship. If you neglect the other person and you don't reflect to them what they're worth to you, you're going to do a lot of damage. So a sane person is going to say, I can't live like this. I'm not doing it. You haven't got time for a relationship. You haven't got time for, a healthy, loving connection. Maybe they don't know what one is, or they just thought you'd work around them because, but I don't know, like, I'm not someone that gives up on stuff easily, but I was genuinely like in tears because I just thought that's really offensive. Like, and I had stuff that I was going through myself, and I thought, you're not able to take care of me, like, not at all. And I was worrying about him, buying him like special foods for his health, and like, really trying to sort of, try to help, but it was like a disaster. It's like swimming against the tide, so it was dead painful actually, but we just parted ways because it just wasn't working. I'm not saying I'm perfect either, but there's healthy ways of living and there's unhealthy ways of living, and that was unhealthy. It was insanity for them to try and have a relationship as well. I don't mind having a hyper-productive period in your life, like a year of just, doing a full-time job and a course, or like a full-time job and a part-time job, but you should never do that every year of your life. And it's not really going to work to have a relationship to do that at the same time, unless it's an already established one. But even then, it's going to show strain, isn't it? So it's like, I don't know, it's strange. Okay, so we've got the Lovers, that's the major arcana for Gemini, along with the Ten of Swords, and both in the challenge position. Now, the Ten of Swords is, well, 10 is the end of a cycle. If they were both to be upright, love has been an extremely difficult topic for you, Cancer. It's been impossible, okay? It's been problem after problem, block after block, challenge after challenge. And I really think you're missing having a special someone. If they were both reversed, it would be like, right, I'm having an eat, pray, love you, and I'm not thinking about love, and I don't need love. I'm dropping the burdens, and I don't need to find my divine counterpart this year. Do you know what I mean? So, like, this is the challenge, isn't it? It's like, am I going to let this, like, plague me? Is this going to be the monkey on my back? Or am I just going to, say, fuck it, chuck it in the fuck it bucket and move on? Like, I haven't got to have all the answers right now. You know what's really liberating is when you stop putting a deadline on love. When you stop putting a deadline on marriage, stop putting a deadline on when you're going to have children, stop putting a deadline on stuff, because you make yourself miserable. Honestly. Would you rather? I know so many people that have moved in with someone they shouldn't have, and guess what? It's harder to sort out when you do that. Better to wait. Take it slow. Don't be jumping onto a mortgage with someone that you're just infatuated with. Don't be having a baby with someone who you're just infatuated with. Because guess what? It's not easy to undo, is it? It's all a game of snakes and ladders at the end of the day. It's a slippery slope down, you know? Okay, so the one that you're either thinking about dealing with or manifesting in is a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is very seductive, very good looking. It's Sagittarius energy. Okay, a queen is someone who's very responsible, very confident, assertive, goal driven, action orientated, solar plexus is activated. They'll be looking good while they do all of this. So there's a Queen of Wands on the scene, but we don't know. Maybe that's someone that's coming in the future, and they're upright, so they're happy, they're confident, they're a good provider as well. If ambition's your bag, then you're going to be bringing home the bacon, aren't you? So I think this is someone that's coming in the future to get them presenting like that without any other cards in the combo. The setting sun. This person has experienced like a really good time in their life. When the sun is at its highest point, that's the midday sun, and people feel really good in the height of summer, don't they? They feel abundant, they feel grateful. This person feels abundant and they feel grateful. They know that they're lucky. They know that they have a very good life. Look at all these sunflowers. There's such a sense of vitality. They literally come across like super successful, super confident, but grateful with it. That's really nice energy, isn't it? It's really warm. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Now, fire signs need water and earth to cool them off because they don't know when to stop, when to calm down, when to slow down. Yeah, they enjoy to get grounded with earth signs and water signs. Opposite personalities, they make sense, they balance each other. The Eight of Pentacles. Surprise, surprise, this person is going through a period of growth and expansion. They could be coming, to the end of that, with it being the setting sun. But they're busy, 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 so they could have their own business. They could be very high up in an organisation. They could run a charity. They could be taking on courses or expanding their skill set somehow, because they're not the Nine of Pentacles, they're not the Ten of Pentacles, they're the Eight of Pentacles. So they're working their arse off. They're busy doing something, but then all fire signs usually are. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. Holy moly, we've got the Emperor and the Nine of Swords. Why? That looks really sad. It looks like he's offering something to her. and she's crying her eyes out. The Emperor's upright, however, been through a lot of pain. Now you had the Ten of Swords. Oops, sorry. I don't feel like it's this person that's in pain. They're showing up really solid and steady and like, focused, driven. It has to be you. You must be the Emperor. It's like you've got hella responsibility in your life and you're not allowed to show how you really feel. Do you know, like, a doctor can't be, like, crying at their desk when you walk in for your appointment? A ship's captain can't be running around with their hands in the air screaming, if they need to direct a ship and, there's a storm coming up. Like, you have to be cool, calm, and collected. So I feel like you have, the Empress, the highest status in the tarot deck, same as the Empress, but an Emperor in particular has a lot of responsibility, whether you're male or female. They're running an empire. They're not even a king, they're like 4 kings together running an empire. And yet everything that's here, depicted here, is what's going in inside, behind the scenes. That's classic Cancerian energy, that. Like, no one can know what I feel like. No one can know that I'm experiencing all this hurt, that I've got all these worries. No one must know. Thank you for the likes, thank you. The Four of Swords. Much needed respite. Do you know what, Cancer? I feel like you need a holiday. I really do. You almost closed out a cycle and then you went back into it. All these swords, like, put the swords down. Just lie down and rest. Give your brain a rest, give your heart a rest. You need to genuinely have loads of fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. We've got the Empress now. What is going on? So we've got an Emperor that's like just full of anxiety and pain. And now we've got an Empress who's like lost a load of money, or there was some sort of opportunity that they were supposed to have and it's fallen through at the last minute. Or that's, oh my god, like, on your side it's all swords, right, with the Emperor, and then on their side it's all pentacles and you've got the Empress. Both the Aries reading that I did this morning and the Taurus reading in the last week's read, they both got the Emperor and the Empress. I feel like another sign did as well. I mean, an Ace of Pentacles, if it was upright, would be, getting an approval for a loan from the bank, or getting a promotion in work that you've gone in for, or it's some kind of hard work that a person's done that's met by the universe and they help to reward you. It doesn't just fall on your lap. So unfortunately, I feel like the Empress really tried to get something done here. Oh my god, this is so nice because you're literally made for each other. and you're not aware of each other yet. See, when's this going to come in? You have no idea that this is on its way to you. You've got an Empress on their way to you. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Like, this is your divine counterpart, guys. They're as accomplished as you. They have as much responsibility as you. When's this going to come in for Cancer, please? When will the Emperor meet the Empress? Create space for it to happen sooner. I mean, it's in the outcome for next week. What is going on? You know what you need to do, looking at this, is you need to, like, have some fun. And you need to let go of... You need to heal from whatever's, like, gone down. You need to release that. If you're holding grudges or you're left feeling shit about yourself, you need to go and have a fling with someone really hot and realise that you've got it going on. Because something's left you really, like, low vibrational. And when you pick your vibrations up, this is going to come in for you. But it's not going to happen until you do that. So whatever you need to do... I'm not saying use anyone. I'm saying, like, there's people out there that are just, like, they would be more than happy to have fun with you and make you feel sexy and make you feel a kind of way. And they'd be very honest about that at the beginning. And no one needs to break any hearts or confuse anyone or trick anyone. You know, we're all adults here. It just involves having a conversation, doesn't it, at the beginning? But you don't want to go back through the swords. You want to come out of that. You want to complete that cycle and let it go. So I suggest you just have a week of, you know, sitting thinking, what are the fun things that I can plan in for myself over the coming months, because I deserve to be happy. What are a couple of things that I've always wanted to do that I've never done. And if you've got a go-to person that you enjoy having sexy time with, I suggest you have a hookup, because you need to get your groove back, Cancer. You need to get your groove back. You've got something really good waiting to come in here. And I'm not one for making people feel responsible for why they haven't met someone yet. But this is like, you can't miss it. There's nothing you can do to not have it, but it'll come in more quickly if you like, I don't need to do that because this isn't an existing connection. I don't need to get messages from them because it's not an existing connection. I don't need to clarify because they don't look like they've got any issues. They don't look like they've got any issues, and I never say that. It's always someone with pure issues. So I'm just going to get you advice. I'm just going to get you some advice, okay? It's not a competition, okay? So stop putting pressure on yourself. It's not about when you get married or how many kids you have or when you have them. It's the fact that you're doing it with the right person, okay? Clarity of mind. Be clear about what you want. What kind of person do you want? What qualities do you want them to have? You know, what is just an absolute non-negotiable, and what would we like to find in someone? What are all the things that you would like to spend time doing with this person, okay? Because there was something in there. I'm sure there was something in there about, like, reciprocity and, like, needing to do hermit work, you know, shadow work, self-reflection, Are you creating a sort of high vibrational environment or a hostile environment? Are you giving this the time that it needs? Have you got time for a relationship? Or are you making yourself so busy that you would barely, like, you'd be like ships that pass in the night? Like, really think about it, okay? And create a lifestyle where you can, nurture a relationship, a healthy one. Put yourself around people who are into the things that you're into, okay? Um, right, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's get some more cards. Confidence and courage. Face life's adventures and challenges bravely with confidence and with courage. Okay, so give off that you're happy, show all of those beautiful white teeth that you've got. Stand up straight, but also have a jolly good flirt as well. Being serious all the time will put people off, okay? So make sure that you're having a laugh, a flirt, and being jovial. Always compliment other people as well. That shows confidence when you compliment others. People who are unconfident will hold back compliments, okay? Energy harmonization. Align your chakras to harmonize energy, achieve vibrational balance. There's a lot about balance here and clearing your mind. You might want to try some things like sound baths, yoga, anything where it's like a group environment and everyone's tuning in and getting onto the frequency, and you experience a state of euphoria. Another way that's happened for me is when I went to, this will make you laugh, but I went to Gay Pride, and I felt euphoric, because everyone was just felt like really happy, high vibrational. I'd not had a drop to drink, but it was just like the sense of community, everyone coming together in large numbers, feeling safe, feeling happy, feeling like they're free to be themselves. Like, I don't know, it was just really, really nice. It was like such a good vibe. And I definitely felt like high off it. I felt high. Like, it was really, really good. Better than any drug or alcohol. Really, really good. But sound baths, look those up and see if there's any you can go to. Because I really feel like you need to reset. You need like a reset, like an emotional reset. You need to feel safe. You need to feel calm. And I think there's so much going on inside, and you're so used to hiding that. It's become like second nature. It's okay to have a bit of stuff on your mind, but you don't want to be plagued by it, and you don't want to detach from your own emotions. That's not cool. Yeah, look, breathe. It's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. If I'm feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I'm free to gently stretch and open my eyes feeling refreshed. I'm telling you now, you need to get some stuff booked in to like really work on clearing out negative energy, negative thoughts. Do some cognitive behavioral therapy where you say positive affirmations. I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. Get yourself some Palo Santo. If you don't want to burn it, you can get the essential oil drops and put it in a diffuser, or you just leave it open, leave the jar open on your desk. But you need to really work on what's best for you, your spiritual well-being. Definitely. It's your chakras are going to be all clogged, right? Your chakras. Where's my card? When these get clogged up, I'm holding it upside down on purpose because this is your root chakra and they go up to the top of your head in that order. Each one relies on the next. These rely on this first one spinning, and if you get into a fight or flight mood, your body's going to tell yourself, I'm not safe, and you're going to be holding your like sphincter like that, like tight, because you're going to feel like you're not safe. Okay, so you need to do things to really calm yourself down and relax. When you don't feel safe and secure in the 3D, like financially, you get anxiety. When you feel stressed in work, you get anxiety. Everything makes you uptight, on edge. You know, you don't feel safe. You worry that you're an imposter in your own job. You worry that people are judging you for not being married yet. You worry that, you know, you don't look good for your age, or like, you know, for goodness sake, if we spend our lives worrying, we don't feel sexy, and we will struggle with reproduction. We won't feel confident, you know, and we won't be assertive, or we might lash out on people. We won't have an open heart space. And this is where you're at. You've got grudges. You're pissed off with how things went, okay? And it's time to let it go. That person didn't know what they were doing, okay? They're as lost now as they ever were. And you don't want someone that wasn't right for you, or that doesn't know whether you're right for them. You don't want it. Be glad to be out of it, okay? But hold loving space in your heart for people who are, you know, clearly confused. The only people who you should never forgive are narcissists, okay? But if this person wasn't a full-blown narcissist, then they deserve to have some sort of forgiveness, okay? Even if it's unconditional love and you never want to see them again. Just to think it's someone's baby, okay? And maybe it wasn't malicious, but, you know, they've screwed me over. The throat chakra, you know, talk to people about how you're feeling. If it's not usual for you, Cancer, to actually talk about what's gone on with you, or you tell a couple of people, but you could do with confiding in maybe some other people and having more opportunities to express what's happened, to open up and trust people with your own vulnerability. That's when you'll get to these like really nice places of spirituality, trust in the divine, you know, be at one with spirit. You've got to like sort these things out before you can get to here, because the chakras get clogged up, you know, and then they stop turning. They're like cogs that turn, and they operate each other like that, dependent on one another. Do you know what? I might get you a crystal, actually. I just feel like you need it. Oh my god, talk about a reset. Limitless potential, reset, relaxation, unknown surrender, finish line, success, victory. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there is no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension and relax, Cancer. Relax. Right, I'm going to pull you a crystal as well. Because these ones are linked to the chakras. Right, let's move these out the way, because it's clogging up your advice. Oh my god, this This is like coming together so well. God, the only problem with these cards is I can't read them because the font's like italic and it's dead thin. Is it carnelian? I think it's carnelian. It is, isn't it? Carnelian. There you go. So that is the sacral chakra because it's orange. It's between your hips. It's your sense of vitality. It's all about being merciful, giving in to, like tension and just let it all go. Oh my God, is that your sign? It is, isn't it? Or am I getting mixed up with Pisces? No, that is Cancer, isn't it? You know that constellation at the top? Oh my God. This is where like I completely panic and doubt myself. No, because Pisces is like the X shape. It's not Pisces. It is Cancer, isn't it? That's freaky. That's freaky. And then look at this one. Citrine. Solar plexus, confidence. Okay, so I told you got to work on your sacral chakra first, and then you can work on your solar plexus. Okay, so gain confidence in yourself by letting go of fear, letting go of tension, because that's what's clogging up your root chakra. Okay, so you release the root chakra, you allow it to spin, you know that you're safe. Don't dramatize or catastrophize anything to do with money, security, the future, because that's when you start to lose all of this. Vitality and prosperity. Is that Aries? Right, I'm gonna find them in this deck because these tell you more about the crystals. Okay, so it was carnelian and citrine, wasn't it? There's citrine. Most of the time I find them, the odd time I've not. They're totally different decks, to be honest, but they seem to cross over quite well. Carnelian. I haven't done this for so long. I didn't get these crystal ones out for so long. Will it be here? There it is. Yay! Okay, let's have a read. So carnelian, oh my God, the text is like size 2. So the true colour is like this. I like these because it's more like a true depiction of the crystal. Okay, so it's really, really reminds me of like salmon, like smoked salmon. A cherry red. I can't even pronounce that. Shelstony, what's that? Oh my God, that's so embarrassing if it's pronounced a different way. It's almost certainly pronounced a different way, please forgive me. Used by ancient Romans in signet rings, wax doesn't stick to it. And by modern folk to ward off insecurities. Oh my God, that goes so well. No, that's freaky. Because you're supposed to be working on your insecurities. Stop it. I love this. I love spirit. Carnelian's fiery energy helps spin us out of fearful thought. I'm sorry. This is weird and it's cool and it's good. Fearful thought cycles and into action. Who needs it? The understimulated. Anybody looking to get acquainted with their fears? Hello, fear. My name is. We have some beautiful work to do together now. Shut the fuck up and let's do this. That's brilliant. I wasn't expecting that. Where to put it? Wherever you want to inject some passion and confidence. You could wear it near your palate or your pelvis. Ooh, go for the pelvis, have it in a belt. When to use it, when you find, or you could put it on your wrist, couldn't you? And then it'd be next to your pelvis. When your hand's by your side, I mean. When to use it, when you find your creativity or sex drive on sleep mode. Go with your gut. That's the final message. There you go. Love that. Carnelian. Okay, let's have a look at citrine. See, that's what citrine looks like. It's almost clear, but it's got like a yellow tint to it. What is it? A must-have from wannabe makers of art. How noble. And money. How gauche. Citrine is a pale gold to smoky brown quartz. Those candy yellow citrines you find at shops are actually heat-treated amethyst, which is another beast altogether. Who needs it? Anyone with a big idea or a big dream? Probably you. Where to put it? Wherever you set intentions. Placing some citrine in your pocket each morning makes an energetic statement like greatness is out there and I'm coming for it. When to use it? When it's time to really get on your grind and start creating the tomorrow of your dreams today. Manifest your masterpiece. Oh my God, I love that. I think I did buy some crystals. I have got citrine somewhere. I can't even tell you where I've put it. I'm gonna get it because that's gonna annoy me if I don't. Hang on. It's that one. See, like how mine's like very yellow. That's probably the false one, isn't it? That's probably the false one. Yeah, I used to keep crystals on my cards to that's opalite, which attracts abundance. You can get these as well, like necklaces and stuff that have a bit of everything, or bracelets. Oh my goodness, everything's tangled. You can get these bracelets, you know, with a bit of everything on. Right, I'm gonna have to... Well, that... I'm happy I did that though, because I've not had the crystals out in a while. Rose quartz is good for like resetting your tarot decks if you want to put that on your tarot deck. And this black one wards off like evil. People that mean you harm. It's kind of shaped like a weapon, to be honest. I'm probably telling you stuff that you already know, but... Okay, so if you see this number, it's a little sign from the universe, okay, that you are in need of a reset. So anytime you think, oh no, we mustn't do that or shouldn't do that, fucking do it. Get some shots down your neck tonight. Ring up your go-to guy or your go-to girl. As you have got a divine counterpart just awaiting. Look, it's like you don't even know you exist. The two of you. You need to chill out. Isn't that freaky though? I've got like about 12 different decks out. And the crystal decks even like match what was in the oracle, and they match what was in, you know, the spread from the tarot. Like, this is why I love, like, you could literally, there's infinite possibilities with decks, oracle decks, tarot decks, crystal decks, and you'll get messages that combine together, and then you like, you know, it's not an accident. You know, like, someone is next to me, like, pulling these cards for you, like, trying to help you. Okay, so we need to say bye-bye to Cancer, and we're going to go on to Leo.